9.
Morning sun lights the day, Pat and Brian on the way. Stories of small town life. Sports and joy cut like a knife. Hot stove leading for chat. High school dreams and college stats. Wednesday morning tales unfold. Memories and news retold. Tune in B1039. Curries voice and life's sweet line. Sheriff Miller by his side. Lively bluegrass. Hearts alive.
Brought to you by Big Rapids Tire, Zott's Bar and Grill, Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, and by M&M Collision Center.
That's the voice of Bob. How are you, Bob? This morning, another great day, Wednesday. Yeah, everybody here is Mark Posey from the golf club up there at Big Rapids High School, along with his lovely daughter, Kate Posey, and Hannah Leiter. Tim Leiter's best part of Tim Leiter right there, right? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, isn't this a wonderful day? You know, when the sun is shining, it just brings the best of smiles out in people, doesn't it? Do you ever feel that when it's cloudy, you just don't feel that good? Do you ever feel that way, Hannah, or at your age? Do you? Gloomy, like, what is it all about? Come on, good Lord, let's bring some sunshine. So we want to thank God, first of all, this morning for the wonderful day that He's given us. I'm going to talk a little bit about the veterans. They got some great things coming on. Everybody knows it's 250 years anniversary for the Marine Corps. We'll talk about that later on. We're going to have to go a little late today, Bob. But get started, we're going to call Scott Schenkel here, the great coach up in Coyote Land. We're going to talk about him, give him 5 minutes of our time. Talk about last week's game and what he has coming forward. And then at 9:25 or 9:30, we're going to take a break and talk to Mike Seltzer. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce my guest. Once again, we have Mark Posey. Mark, what year is this in golf for you?
It's 26.
So you're still young at it. You got a lot of improvement probably to do.
I do. There's lots to learn.
Yeah, there is. You know, one thing about golf, I tell my grandchildren, all 7 of them, if they listen, I said, you know, there's a lot of sports you're going to play in high school. But once football's over in high school, you're probably, with the genes that you have coming from my side anyway, actually, I shouldn't say that. My brother Steve Justin Curry went into NFL, so first one out of Big Rapids. But we call him a freak. You know, I mean, that probably shouldn't have happened, but it did. But anyway, talking about golf, something that you can do after high school. And, you know, I just said, you ought to look into that. Well, today we have some pretty amazing girls in here. One, Mark's daughter, Kate, went to all-state golfer, academic too.
Yes.
So that doesn't surprise me. Where does that come from, mom or dad?
I think it's a good mix of both. They both got the brains in them, so I think that's where I get it from.
That's the correct answer.
Yes, it is.
And Kate, this was your last year, eh?
Yes, it was.
First of all, it went fast, didn't it?
Faster than I anticipated, yes.
Yeah. Back when you were a freshman, did you think you would get all what you're getting today starting out?
Definitely not. Going into it, I had no idea that I could have accomplished half of what I accomplished in 4 years.
Did your dad take you golfing prior to 9th grade?
No, so I was there, but I always did not want to play golf until the summer before, and I was like, okay, I think I can do this.
What's something you've done with your dad for the last 4 years? You've got some great memories, I know. You know, not too many people, only actually one on the team, maybe 2 on the team, ever played for dads. You know, I mean, you look like Mike Seltzer with the football program. His son's playing football for his dad, and you know, there's going to be a lot of great memories. You're going to look back in the future and say, wow, how lucky I was to have such a tremendous dad that took an interest in my sport that I love so dearly. Did you play any other sports?
No.
That was it?
Yep, just golf.
So you went to the books. You've always been a good student.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in middle school, you did well there too, right? So it wasn't that your dad, through golf, got you to be academic scholarships that you're going to be getting and everything.
No.
Yeah. Are you going to get some scholarships probably with academics?
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
What school would you like to go on to? We're going to go forward and backwards a little bit. I never have nothing scripted here.
I'm looking at my options, so I don't have one in particular that I would love to go to. It's just whatever my heart feels when I go visit. So
Did your dad have a big influence on you, or the players that you played with? Who pushed you the most in golf?
Definitely my teammates and Coach Posey. I think both of them can't compare. But
It's pretty hard to coach talent. I mean, what I mean is he kept his job, I think, anyways, probably focusing on what you're doing at the time you're doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Did you ever feel intimidated?
No, not really. Going into it, there was definitely, like, since my sister played golf, there was a little bit of pressure riding from that to be sort of like her and what she accomplished. But after a year or two, it was just like, oh, I'm my own person. I can play my own game.
How much older is she than you?
She's 5 years older than me.
Oh, wow. So you were in little 7th grade when she was a senior then, eh? Mm-hmm. Pretty good at math, aren't I?
Yep.
No calculator.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the old man. But anyway, so she had big influence on you. How good was she? I mean, that's been a while since she played back in the day.
Yeah, her and I were the only other Big Rapids girl golfers that both earned All-State and All-Academic when they were in high school. So she was a very good player.
Wow, that's pretty good, Mark. My hat's off to you. See my hat today?
Yes,
you know why
I
I'm
did.
wearing that? Because it's golf day, Clear Lake Country Club there. You know, my brother and niece and nephew are out there working hard making that a good golf course. But anyway, you guys play at Khaki pretty nice, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a beautiful.
Yeah, we're very grateful to have that as our home base. And
A lot of. Do Chippewa Hills come over and use that, Mark?
No, they're out at the Royal. They're at the Pines. Yeah, a little bit of St. Ives.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Mark, you got to be pretty impressed with your daughters, the way they turned out.
Yeah.
Not that they shouldn't. They got a great mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they put in the work. You know, that's the big thing is, you know, Mom and I are there to support. We're there to encourage. But you know, all these years, it's always been they've made the choice to go put in and make that commitment, both academically and athletically. You know.
Is it hard, Mark, coaching your own child in a sport? I mean, would you have it any other way? I mean, and the other question I have for you is, well, that's the coach's kid. That's why she's so good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those questions certainly, you know, in 8 years I've had my kids have come up. You know, it's brutal at times, you know, because it takes a toll. And, you know, working with your kids, it's special, you know, you're watching them grow. But, you know, as a coach, it took me a few years to learn that, hey, on the ride home, it doesn't need to be about golf. It can be about, you know, father-daughter kind of relationship. And, you know, it's hard to turn it off. And that, to me, that's what's the hardest thing about it, you know, is not sitting at the dinner table saying, hey, you know, this is what we need to do on our putting or our chipping, and, you know, kind of letting it go and letting practice take care of those things. And so, yeah, I mean, but it's also got huge rewards, you know, a chance to get to know, you know, your daughter in a way that most people don't, you know, where you're there every day at practice, you're working with them, you're seeing them, you know, succeed, you're seeing them struggle, and, you know, you understand those things. So, yeah, there's definitely highs and lows to that part of being a dad and a coach.
Well, not too many of us get to experience that kind of life, Mark, and I know you appreciate God's gift that he gave you. But I know we have tears of grief. Did you ever, in the last 4 years with your daughter, Kate, have tears of joy?
Oh, you know, state finals last couple of weeks, you know, that was tough, you know, and we got a banquet coming up here soon. That'll be tough to get through, you know, because you got a lot to unravel in 4 years, you know, especially with, you know, even with Hannah, we've got 9 seniors on this team. Just a great group of girls, and you know it's going to be tough to say goodbye to them because you know it's our biggest class of, you know, boys or girls. It's our biggest class of seniors we've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's just a great group of girls that just love the game. They love coming out playing. You know, they love hanging out with each other. You know, we've got a lot of good memories, a lot of laughs. You know, a lot of good things.
I always tell the story about Stacy Chaput when Avery went into high school from St. Mary's. I says, Stace, you don't blink your eyes because that's how fast those next 4 years are going to go by. And she said at their open house, she goes, boy, so true, so true. It goes that fast, doesn't it? Kate, going back to you, a little nervous when you went in the States and you went down to Lansing for that, or where was that at?
Yes, that was at Michigan State's Forest Acres West, down in East Lansing.
And like, I played a little golf, and I'm not very good, so my expectations aren't much. But when you're in that kind of a group that everybody's good. What went through your mind at that time when you went down there? How did you prepare yourself mentally? Physically, you already know you can do it.
Yeah.
Did you play the course before you went into the state finals, so you got a kind of a feel for the greens?
Yeah, so my sister went to Michigan State, so I grew up going down there on the weekends, playing 18 over the summer. We knew going into the season this year that I played that the states would be at Forest Acres West, so we played that this summer a lot, just to get a feel. It's kind of like if you were going to go play khaki. I know khaki like the back of my hand, so just having that feeling was comforting to me, to know that I knew ways to score on West. But about the nervous or anticipation of like the people I'm playing with, if you would have asked me 2 years ago whether I was nervous, I would have told you totally. And I would have compared myself each hole. Oh, they got bogey. Oh, I made double, kind of a thing. But over the years, to me, you're just playing your own game. You're not focused on them. It's not really about their score at the end of the day. It's how you play. So.
Kind of like a card game. You don't count your money until the cards are
Yep,
done.
exactly.
Yeah. So how did you do down there? Tell us all about how you fared. I know a lot of people are waiting for that.
Yeah. So I had a 2-day total of 180 and 90-90, which was higher than I have played all season, which was not as we expected or hoped. But at the end of the day, it doesn't discount from the great 4 years that we've had. So, yeah.
You handled that. Loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had a great 2 days. I mean, spending with my teammates at the end of the day was really what I got out of that, and we can't,
You never get disappointed, do you, Mark? I mean, they do the best they can. I mean,
No, this is I mean, this is about learning. It's about growth. It's about young adults pushing themselves every single day. It's not about the result. I mean, win lose at the end of the day, they're better young adults. They can serve this community and be a part of this community because of the experiences that they have with Big Rapids boys and girls golf.
I know Jack, my grandson, played his first game against the Renaissance in basketball the other night at St. Mary's, and I announced the game, and there's first quarter they were down by a few, and he comes over and takes a break or whatever. The coach pulled him out, and he sat next to me, and I looked at him, and I love life. I love people. I love the energy these young people have. And I said to him, I said, well, you having fun? He goes, yeah, but Dad, Papa, I think we can beat these guys. I said, well, that's the attitude you want. Yeah. But give it all you have, Jack. The results will be the results. They got beat, I think, 48-20.
Yeah,
but you know what?
The mental attitude was there. It was I'm not going to give up regardless of the score.
He didn't.
Absolutely.
No, and they were a much bigger team. I knew they were going to get their butts kicked, but I didn't tell him that. They go, well, it's a good mindset, but it ain't going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Katie, I got to give you some time. What grade? Are you a senior this year? Not Kate. Hannah Leiter, Tim Leiter's. Good Lord, I'm sorry. Senior moment.
Yes, I'm a senior.
You're a senior?
Yes.
Tell us about your 4 years real quick. I'll give you 20 minutes.
So, I mean, it created a lot of great relationships, and I'm going to have really good friendships coming out of it. And I learned a lot from Coach Posey and Kendra and my teammates, and just the game of golf the last 4 years has changed me as a person.
And after now, you're going to play a little golf afterwards, eh?
Yeah.
And then what college? You're going to go to college or no?
I plan on going to college, but I'm not going to play in college.
Yeah. Kate, are you?
Undecided yet.
Yeah, good.
But potentially.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't push yourself. Bob, we got Scott on there?
We're going to.
All right. We're going to talk to the Coyote coach just for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back to you guys. So that'll give you a chance to think the questions I'm going to ask you. Oh, wait a minute. You don't know yet. You'll get him off cuff. You got him, Bobby?
He's coming.
Okay, he's coming. This is Scott Schenkel. They won a big game last Friday night against Stanford Meridian, I think.
Hello.
Scott?
Yeah, Pat. How we doing this morning?
Well, we're going to ask you that. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing real good.
Wow, Friday night, big victory. Score was what?
63-28.
Yeah, that was you guys kind of just coming into your own at the end of the race here, aren't you?
Yeah, it seems like we're getting a little better every week. So that's what you like to see at this time of the year for sure.
You played a pretty good team.
Yeah, Stanford had they were young, but they were good. I think they'll have one senior, so they'll be very solid next year. They were They were tough.
Yeah. So you won that pretty handy. Actually, you dominated the whole game there. This Friday night, it's going to get tougher every Friday or Saturday, whatever day you're playing. What day are you playing this week?
We're Friday night, and yeah, every round gets a lot tougher.
You're hosting that at Coyote Field.
Correct.
Yeah. What time?
7 p.m.
Who you playing?
Montague.
Ooh, that'd be tough too, eh?
Oh yeah. Yep.
You've played them before.
Yeah, we've had battles. We didn't play them last year, but the previous 3 years we've seen them in the playoffs every year. So they got a new head coach, so maybe a little different system, but still Montague. A lot of tough kids there, rich history, so they'll be tough.
Montague's record, what is that this year?
I believe they're 6-4 right now.
They play a tough teams over there. What are they passing, running?
They're a lot more run than they are pass, but they'll throw it when they need to.
Yeah, but you got a pretty good running defense right now going, right?
Yeah, our defense has been playing really solid up front, so we just got to continue to do that.
Okay. Well, we just wanted to touch base with you a little bit. We got a big program with these girls here. They've accomplished a lot with tennis. Any questions for them? Tennis, golf. Good Lord. They look like tennis players. Good Lord.
What are they, tennis or volleyball?
No, they're golf.
Oh, golf.
Yeah, do you know golf?
Hit the ball straight is my only advice. That's something I never could do in golf, so.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, good luck Friday night. We really appreciate your call in. Any excitement happened Friday night? Did you want to talk about any of your boys, what they did?
I just thought sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
Our bells going off. I thought our offense once again up front played really well. I mean, we only had 30 offensive plays and like 480 yards offense. So when you have 9 possessions and score 9 touchdowns, you're firing on all cylinders. So really excited about that. Defensively, just struggled at times getting off the field on 4th down, but other than that, played really solid. So.
Well, this is the time of year that you guys wish the Cardinals luck, and the Cardinals wish you luck, being you're in 2 different divisions. Anything you want to say to us down here in Cardinal land?
Yeah, good luck, no doubt about it. Love seeing the CSAA still playing in the playoffs. That's always a great thing when you play teams that are still in the hunt for district championships. It shows you how good your conference is.
Yeah, it's for sure. Well, we appreciate and we love the Coyotes up there. Love everything you guys are doing, and good luck Friday night.
Same to you, Pat.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
7 o'clock at Coyote Field, Bob. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here and thank our sponsors. Bobby, would you like to talk in English? Huh? I like to put Bob on the spot.
I don't say anything.
Picking on him. All right, we're going to take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Come back with
we'll
more
be right back.
Curry's Hot Stove League on B1039.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
Come say cheers in Zott's Bar and Grill, downtown Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people. So come on down where everybody knows your name. Zott's Bar and Grill, the People's Choice Best Soup winner. The burgers are where it's at. Originally opened in 1933 with seasonal beers on tap, located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Zott's Bar and Grill is a proud sponsor of the Signature Player of the Week for the Hot Stove Sports League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Brian Miller at 1039. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come and see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout or worse. Visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
The seasons are changing, and it's inevitable. Snow is coming. It's just a matter of time. Wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind knowing that your driveway and walks will be taken care of? M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing wants to give you that peace of mind. No matter how long or short that your driveway is, M&M can take care of it. If you just want snow plowing and walk shoveling, or if you'd like the full treatment with salt put down, they can do that as well. If you're a business owner or landlord and you need priority plowing before your business opens, M&M can do it. If you're getting up in years and dread having to wrestle that snow blower out again, M&M will be happy to help. Remember, customers on the plow list will get first priority when the snow comes. All it takes is a phone call to M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, 231-796-4956. When winter rears its ugly head, take comfort that M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing will be there to serve you.
Hooked at Curries.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
All right, Bob. Good morning, America. Hey, listen, we got some great people in here. We got some truly patriotic people in here. We got the golf team in here. Kate Posey, Hannah Leiter, and none other than the great coach, Mark Posey. Mark, how many years?
26.
26. I was just off the air there talking to Mark a little bit about his career here at Big Rapids, and I can remember him coming into the community 26 years ago, Mark, because you're from Reed City. Where are you from again?
Yeah, I grew up in Reed City.
Yeah. Pretty good, aren't I?
Absolutely, you are. You're on it.
But anyway, boy, that one came out of the shirt. But anyway, Mark's been a great teacher here. You teach at Brookside and Riverview.
Yep.
What do you teach at those two?
I teach computer classes for the first to fourth graders.
How's that going?
It's great. I love it.
Well, that's because you have such a positive mind. Do you ever get down? You ever seen anything get you depressed?
No, not too often.
Because I've had you on here before, and you're always smiling. And I went home, I told my wife, I said, if everybody had that smile like Mark Posey and such a positive attitude, the world would be so much better, wouldn't it, Bob? Don't you think he's got a great smile and he's just so positive and so happy? You love what you're doing, don't you, Mark?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that have a job and just say, it's a job. I'm going for it because of the wages, the benefits, and retirement. I can't wait till I'm 62 and I get the H out of here. You're not that way, Mark. You kind of wish you kind of slow down and enjoy the roses, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I've been teaching for 30 years. I could call it quits at any point, but, Big Rapids has been a great school district to work for. The kids and the community, the parents, it's just a great place to be. And, you wake up every day and you enjoy going to work, and simply because of the people you work with and the kids you work with, it's a great place.
How did you land here? I know you're from Reed City. We talked about it. Of course, you probably loved it when I was talking about how we love Coyote country.
Yeah, we do, right? Absolutely. Still got a little Coyote blood in me.
Right, they're good country, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't admit that too often, but grew up in Reed City, wanted to come back to a small town, wanted to be near my parents and family, and, my future wife was from the area too, so we kind of, we knew it was going to be somewhere around here.
She's from Everett.
She is from, Reed City. Yeah.
Oh, she's from, she's a Pritchard, or who? What's her maiden name?
Weatherall.
Weatherall.
Yeah, father was a land surveyor, and mother worked up at the high school.
Okay. So you're both from Reed City, and you're both in Big Rapids. That's great. Well, then your daughters, do you ever talk to them about Coyote?
No, I don't know if it's it's never come up.
No, I bet not. No. How did you get into golf coaching then?
I've always golfed. Again, you got the rest of your life to golf, and just felt I had a lot to give back to, the kids. So, went up, saw Howard Strom from years ago and said, hey, I'd love to help. And at that time, I think most of the people that were asking him to help were just looking for free golf. And, that was one of his first questions is, hey, you're not going to get free golf. We're going to work. And, so yeah, he took me on, and a few years later gave me the head position for the boys.
Well, that's right. I remember Howard, and it's been that long. How many years you been head coach?
I took over girls in 2009 and boys in 2003.
Wow. Yeah. Howard's been gone that long out of that.
Although he's still part of the boys program. He's still,
he is?
Yeah, about a couple days a week. He'll come up. He'll meet us at tournaments. You get that age, anytime you can get out of the house and enjoy it, you do it.
What do you get out of that coaching, Mark?
Yeah, it's great relationships. It's relationships with the kids, the chance to, again, you develop your young adults. You're a part of that community. It is. It's just, there's a lot that you get out of it as a human being. Not to say there's not those struggles, those days of coaching. We're fortunate. We're a program where the parents are all on board. 20 some years, I've never had a parent really complain, because you go out there, they enjoy the opportunity for the kids to play. My parents are great about it, and, it makes it easy to go continue it, and I think that's just the message that the coaching staff has put out there. We're going to play our best kids, and, you go out there and play, you find out what they do. So.
You try to be a mentor. I mean, I know you are, and you've mentored a lot of kids, but results-wise, you got to be really happy with the turnout these young people. Like we talked off air a little bit about Preston Young. Yeah. I called him Carter. Then what would you call
the
him?
Whole family.
Yeah, we call everybody but the mother.
Yeah. In a community like this, man, that's what you love to see.
I know. Yeah, and I had him on the radio here, and we kidded a lot about life in general, which I like doing. But we've had some, right now we're going through a lot of things in America right now, but we got some of the finest young people in America right here in Big Rapids, don't we? And you see them. Yeah. But do you ever have to turn anyone down? Can 30 kids come out for golf, or what's the number on that?
Well, it goes back to what we were talking about before. Kate had alluded to that we're blessed to have a relationship with Cat Key and Ferris State University, that they allow us, use of their facilities, and they've never limited us. They understand, the growth of the game, and the growth of this community is allowing kids to go learn. So, this year we had, 21 girls on our team.
Wow.
And those girls coming out, they understand they might not play, and a lot of them don't want to. They just want to learn how to play.
Right.
We had some juniors, sophomores and juniors come out that or some high-profile athletes in basketball and softball that just didn't have anything in the fall, and they're like, hey, we just want to play golf this year. They came out, they got beat up pretty bad, right. And they realized, hey, this isn't as easy as it is, but they enjoyed the opportunity of getting out, learning something new, pushing themselves, athletically as well as a human being, and, at the end of the day, I think they learned a lot about themselves, and I kidded with, a couple years ago, Hadley Fox, just a great athlete for Big Rapids, and talked her into coming out for golf, and I said, you got to understand, you're a great athlete in basketball and soccer. I said, but playing golf, it'll help develop you, as an athlete, to have you be able to deal with adversity, because you're out there in golf all by yourself. There's nobody there to go bail you out. You don't have a teammate to pass it off to, and so, they get a lot out of it.
So you don't turn anybody down?
No.
Wow, that's nice, isn't it? Is there anything competing during golf season for the girls?
Yeah, you got volleyball. You got a big program with volleyball. You got cross country, so girls season, they've got great options. We're just, not to say, we'll take everybody, but we do a great job. Those kids want to learn how to play because, like you said, at the top of the hour, this is a game you play the rest of your life. It's a game you go play with your parents. You don't have too many, activities. You get to go do that. You get to go play with your kids. It's just, it's great.
Last night we celebrated my youngest grandson Knox's 4th birthday. Nice. So Nanny and I went out to Adam's house, and here Adam and Harrison, his oldest son of 3, were out there hitting golf balls. So, I mean, here it is, football season just getting over. Now he's into basketball, and they pick up the clubs. They're not throwing the football. They're not playing basketball. They pick up the clubs. And I looked at that, and again, I'm very sensitive to life and the people that I've had in it. And I thought, you know, that's something those two are going to play when they're, Adam's my age and Harrison's his dad's age. They're going to play golf together. They're not going to be playing basketball or softball or football, or maybe they will, but golf is something you always play with. How did you pick golf, Hannah? And do you play any other sports?
Just golf. Kate and Mr. Posey had a big influence on that. I've been friends with Kate for years, and so during 8th grade, they were like, okay, come on out. You need to do something.
Did you ever pick up a club before 9th grade? Never did. Wow, and you've really enjoyed it, eh?
Yeah.
That's great. What was the best score this year for you?
84.
For 9?
18.
84. I'm done
how many
talking
times
to
did you set a personal best this year?
Wow.
Like 2 or 3 times?
It was like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, 3 or
Wow.
4 times. She bested her best score this year. It was like one after the other. She'd go
Wow.
out. We would celebrate her like 94. Next tournament next week, she'd go 93 or 92, and there she is doing a little bit better. And then, good day at 84.
How did you improve so well?
My attitude really helped.
Wow.
Having just like a positive outlook on the situation and focusing on the moment and not worrying about everything around me, and then short game, obviously.
Well, then that's why I'm not a good golfer. I do all those things because I've been playing in the league out there with Dan Hicks on Wednesday night, and I shoot. I'm not going to tell you now that you just told me you shoot, but I'm thinking, how do I get better? But now, thank you. So, once again, you just have to really focus on what you're doing at the moment, eh? Don't think about your boyfriend at the time or what you're going to eat that night at dinner.
No.
You're on to that. Did Kate help you a lot in your game?
Yeah.
How was that? How did she help you on your game?
She offered me support no matter what was happening. She was always there for me if I ever needed anything. And with her and Mr. Posey, they know a lot, so they were always able to give me advice on what I need to do.
Forever you're going to remember these days, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, someday you're going to look back and just say, my gosh, I had the best friend in the world and I was so lucky. And you know who you're going to thank? God, aren't you? It was a God thing, wasn't it? That you brought him into your life and what you've had the last 4 years. So how has that helped you academically? The golf game.
It helps.
Yeah.
It was, at the start of the 4 years, it was a little hard to get used to being gone all the time and with school, but I've learned a system and I've been able to work with it.
What are you going to say at your acceptance speech at your golf ceremonies as you leave? What's the last word you're going to say to Coach Posey?
Thank you.
There you go. 2 wonderful words. Yep. How about you, Kate? What are you going to say to Dad? See you at home?
Probably.
Yeah, probably, huh? It's been important, though, hasn't it? You know, you're going to look back, and someday, hopefully, God gives you children, and you're going to say, wow, I can remember what about your dad? What are you going to say to your children about your dad?
Probably that he was the best mentor that I could ever have, and to have something like that is something I would want for my kids as well. So.
Yeah, good. How about you? What are you going to say to your kids someday about Coach Posey?
He was a goofball.
Was he?
He was always keeping us happy.
Yeah. That's a big part of coaching. It really is. You know, you have to enjoy life. And you guys really, it is a sport. What would you say to an 8th grader going to 9th grade just playing soccer or volleyball, or, you know, their number one sport is, and you tell them about playing golf, what would you say? What's the best part about playing for Coach Posey and the golf team at Big Rapids High?
The relationships you make, because we do so much team bonding since we're always out there by ourselves on the course. We do so much team bonding to be able to understand each other better and build great relationships.
Have you two ever golfed? It's a dumb question, but I don't know. On the same green? Have you two played off the same green?
Freshman year.
Freshman year, we played at Clear Lake at the Scramble.
All right. But I mean, like when you're playing like Chippewa Hills, do you two team up as a team as 2 and then play against 2? Or isn't that the format that you?
No.
No, always by themselves.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, with other competitors. Never with another teammate.
Oh, why is that, Mark?
You want to experience in golf. You want to get to know other people. You know, you want to get to know. It's that relationship thing again, where if you put these two next to each other and you put, two people from Chip Hills, those kids from Chip Hills and the two from Big Rapids are just going to be by themselves and, in that safety zone. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Has that always been a rule?
Yeah.
It always has been.
Yep.
So you play against 3 other girls that you...
2 or 3 in the same, in the same group, and they get to know each other. I mean, over 4 years, these guys have some good relationships with kids from Central Montcalm, Lakeview, Chip Hills, Reed City. There's another good program last couple of years that they've gotten started.
Kate, were you intimidated by any other player out there, any school, anyone that you remember? You're going to say 5 years down the road, I remember Sarah Fuller. I just hated playing her because she really made me get tight, and I was a little nervous because she was competitive, and so was I, and we went down to the wire. Did that happen to you at all in these last 4 years?
Well, each year there was always someone that, whether it was in the conference, but something I was like, oh man, they're a really good player. But I remember, my first 2 years was the Allen sisters out of Chip Hills. Always looked up to them and wow, one day, we're going to compete with them. And to see that happen was really cool. So.
But it didn't make you nervous then, did it?
No, honestly, they were just, I enjoyed playing with them. I was hoping at the end, we would, when pairings went out, I was hoping I was playing with those girls because I wanted to be paired with the best. If I was going to get better, that's what you got to do. So.
Well, you truly are a champion, Mark. You've done a great job molding this gal into a great person. How about you, Hannah? Were you ever intimidated by anybody or went out on the golf course and said, oh, I gotta be
Definitely.
Yeah, who would that been in the last 4 years?
A lot of girls.
One
There's
sitting
tough
next to you?
competition out of there. Yeah, her for sure.
Was that? Did you ever beat her?
No.
No?
I don't know. There was a couple, there was once maybe.
But you were close, right?
In my mind.
Yeah? Really? Is she that good, eh?
I think she is.
Good for her. That's nice. Who are you intimidated by? Any other school that you didn't care for, or not care for, but were you intimidated by saying, "Oh boy, it's gonna be a tough match here"?
Oh yeah, Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a tough team.
Yeah, they're 3-time state champions in Division III. Last 3 years they've won it. They've had a solid group of girls come through and solid group of seniors come through. But in the other aspect of that, they're really nice girls. We've hung out with them. We go to tournaments, we talk to them. They seek us out, and another good relationship building.
Wow, that's really good to hear that you guys, and of course I'm sure that starts with you, Mark, and your relationship with other coaches.
Yeah, oh absolutely. Coach Kim down in Grand Rapids, good friends.
Yeah, see that helps, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Instead of going in there going, I don't like these people. You know what I liked about this morning so far? Nobody's talked about, well, the reason we didn't is because they have more resources than us. You never said anything like that, and I appreciate that, because you know what? You're as good as God gave you the talent you are good at, and you accept that, eh, Hannah?
Yeah.
How about your folks? How have they been instrumental in your life?
They're always supporting me, my parents, and my brothers, but when they can. But yeah, they're always just being encouraging and doing what they need to help me be better.
Did you ever know Junior Leiter?
That was my great-grandpa.
That's right. I knew him well. He was one of my best friends when I was young. He was old. He always treated me like a friend, and I'll never forget that. So you come from a very good line of people. I like to say blood, but Bob doesn't like me to say that. But it is in blood in you. You got a great family there. Your mother's maiden name is?
Hallberg.
And where did she come from then? Morley?
UP.
Oh, she came from UP. Oh, was the town named after her family then?
No.
Oh, because there's a Hallberg up there.
She's from Wakefield.
Wakefield?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. That's down in South Carolina. Wakefield. Isn't the Wakefield's down there? But anyway, how about you? Your mother's maiden name. Good athletes in it? Was your mother a great athlete?
No, I don't think she played any sports in high school.
Okay. Dad did, though. So
Yes,
Dad
he
gave
did.
you
He
some
was a
athletes.
good football and baseball player.
Yeah. And your folks went to Morley Stanwood, eh?
Yeah, my dad did.
Your dad did. How'd your mother and dad meet?
College. They both went to Ferris.
That'll happen up at Ferris, yeah. Okay, we won't go any further than that. But God bless them for getting married, having a wonderful girl like you. I bet they're very proud of you. Did they go to a lot of your games?
Yeah.
What do they call that, Mark? Not games. They called it matches.
Well, we played tournaments.
Tournaments, yeah. So what was the overall record this year, Kate?
What record?
Well,
how many wins and losses? You guys play as a team, right?
Yeah.
So,
but when you're playing a tournament, I mean, we won 2 tournaments. Actually won 7 tournaments. Won all 5 conference tournaments. Won the Whitehall Invite.
East Lansing.
The East Lansing Invite. That was a good one. We played well that day.
Yes, we did.
So, yeah, out of our 14 tournaments, we won 7 of them.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Kate, what's the first thing Dad said to the team as freshmen coming in? Do you remember 4 years ago?
I think he might have mentioned something about that I'm not his daughter, and going into the 4 years that we were just here to have some fun and work hard.
Yeah.
So
I had always threatened just to cut her. I'm like,
Yeah,
you don't
that-
want
that
our
is
team.
true.
I'm like, I might not invite you back next year. I just might cut you.
Yeah,
might be
right.
the first person I ever cut out of this program.
That wasn't going to happen, though, was it? Because you had some great ability of being a good athlete, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't play any other sports,
nope.
but you would have. What would you have played?
I've thought about that. I think I would have played basketball
Okay.
if I would have started 7th or 8th grade.
Oh, you never played in middle school basketball?
No, never played a sport.
Mark, as a parent, you're a good one, I know that, but a lot of parents today have them in multiple sports. I think they're living within their children. Your thoughts on that, and what's your thoughts on the parents today on sports?
I mean, I love kids playing anything. I mean, like you said earlier about, your grandsons out there playing, getting involved in things, that's great. And like I said earlier, you just got to know as a parent when to back away. You got to understand, I talk to my golf parents, and this is tough to explain, but, you need to understand what your kid's why is. In other words, why are they playing, not why you want them to play as a parent. You need to accept that, hey, some kids play it and they play it for fun. Let them go. They're not there to go be a D1 athlete. They're not there to put in the 40, 60 hours, a week or whatever it takes to be excellent. Their why is, hey, I want to be with my friends. I want to be a part of a team. But you know what? As far as being, something that you don't want them to be, parents have got to understand, let the kid be what they want to be. Understand why is it they're playing.
Yeah, and I don't mean this being mean or anything, but I just wonder, there's nothing wrong with being a kid for a while.
Absolutely.
Instead of playing competitive sport.
Yeah.
Did you, Kate, resent anything as a child growing up? Would you say I would rather have done this or that, or are you pretty content with your life as a senior in high school?
Oh, no, I wouldn't change anything for the world about how my life has turned out right about now.
Yeah.
So.
You too, Hannah?
Yeah, perfectly happy.
Yeah, and I know a lot of kids that play multiple sports just live and love it, but sometimes you wonder if it wouldn't be kind of fun to see them in a sandbox a little bit, just playing sandbox ball. Bob, you looked at me like, why? What's your thoughts on it, Bob? You didn't play sports? You played in the sandbox.
You guys are doing very well. So
I just like talking about life. I mean, as you get older, like I am, I look back at my life, and would I have changed anything? Probably not. I played intramural basketball in high school. I started as a freshman, but I got out of it, and then I don't resent not playing. I worked hard for everything I've gotten, but a lot of kids played sports and did well after that too, but I think of all the sports I'm looking at right now, I took all my grandkids except for the 2 little baby 4 and 5-year-olds out to Clear Lake a couple of times and hit the ball, and they really enjoyed it, and I'm thinking this is something, like you say, Mark, they can do it the rest of their life, and I think, like Maddie this year, I felt bad. She said, Dad, Papa, would you take me golfing? And you know what? Folks, I apologized, and I apologized to her. I never did. I never got that moment. And that one song, take it in the moment. You can do it now, But anyway, so there's no resentment of playing golf this year, Hannah.
No.
You just loved it, and Kate, you too, and now you're both getting bored. You're saying to yourselves, I want to get my hamburger at Zott's Bar and Grill, because you are the winners of the Athlete of the Week. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we really appreciate any last words, Mark, for out there in recruitment. Do you want to try to recruit some kids out there?
I find what you do, enjoy it. a lot of things to do in this, in this world, just anything but go home and sit on the couch and put yourself in front of that phone. And like you said, get out, get out and about, be a part of a group. There's lots of clubs, lots of organizations, lots of places in this community to be involved. And, that's what's great. Go do it.
Well, I don't want you to get puffed up in the head, but I hear nothing but great things about you and how you've handled these kids, or not kids, these young people in Big Rapids High. And I know we as a community are really appreciative. And when I think of Mark Posey, I think of John Coles, because those two guys, you two guys, and I know Mike Seltzer does a great job and all that too, but it's kind of a different sport, tennis and golf. You're really working on one-on-one.
Yeah.
And they're out there playing for themselves and for the team.
Yep.
But they're out there by themselves, and you two coaches are doing a phenomenal job. I know John just recently retired. That brings me to the last question for you. Do you see an end of the rainbow?
No, not yet.
Good.
Like I said, I still wake up every day, love working with the kids.
Yeah.
I imagine that'll come that time I'll want to find something else, but I got lots to give, so we're looking
what
forward
would
to
that
it.
be, Mark? What would you be doing right now if you weren't coaching?
I'd be definitely camping.
Would you?
Oh, yeah. We'd be heading up to the UP watching that football game while we camp up there in cold weather or something. Yeah. Be traveling a little bit and in the camper, enjoying life like that.
Well, you're young. I hope the hell you get plenty more years in you. And like I said, again, I really appreciate it. And I'm not blowing smoke, folks. If you ever get a chance to introduce yourself to Mark, thank him, because he's been instrumental on a lot of these young people that are out in America today. 30 years, 26 years of coaching at golf, and still got the spirit to help young. So anyway, I would like to say goodbye to Hannah Leiter. Hannah, last words, anything?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, God bless you. And Smiley, you look just like your mother, folks. If you want to know what Kate looks like, just look at Mark's wonderful, beautiful wife. Looks just like Mama. Both of you are beautiful girls, look like mamas. Mark, handsome young man too. So, Bob, we're lucky to have the three beautiful people in Big Rapids here, aren't we? Yep. Thanks again. God bless America. Mark, any last words?
No, I appreciate you being on here, and like I said, it's been a blessing.
Well, we'll let you guys get back to class now. Thank you. We'll take a quick break, and then we're going to talk to Mike Seltzer, the coach of the Cardinals.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town. Come say cheers at Zott's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zott's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zott's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. We're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care, with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
The seasons are changing, and it's inevitable. Snow is coming. It's just a matter of time. Wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind knowing that your driveway and walks will be taken care of? M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing wants to give you that peace of mind. No matter how long or short that your driveway is, M&M can take care of it. If you just want snow plowing and walk shoveling, or if you'd like the full treatment with salt put down, they can do that as well. If you're a business owner or landlord and you need priority plowing before your business opens, M&M can do it. If you're getting up in years and dread having to wrestle that snowblower out again, M&M will be happy to help. Remember, customers on the plow list will get first priority when the snow comes. All it takes is a phone call to M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, 231-796-4956. When winter rears its ugly head, take comfort that M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing will be there to serve you.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Brian Miller at 1039. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come and see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout or worse. Visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town. Come say cheers at Zott's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zott's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zott's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
Hey, welcome back, America. We're back here with Curries Sports League. Brian Miller's off today. He's got the JO committee or whatever. But anyway, I got Mike Seltzer's kind of late in the program, but we had a great program with Mark Posey and Kate, his daughter, and Hannah Leiter. So I apologize, Mike, for waiting so long for us. But
No problem.
Mike, I got to tell you, what you did Friday night will go down in the history books. You and your company, I always call the coaches the company, the sports team there. But Dan Langell and Mossel's catch is historical, will be anyway. And geez, you know, we look back at what we've accomplished in life, and I think of all games you've coached, which is hundreds, I know, wouldn't this be the most excitable, gratifying, accomplished coaching game you've ever coached?
You know, this definitely ranks up there, you know, after, I think this is my 31st season of coaching. There's been a few of them, but this is definitely one of those ones that you remember, you know. I think that in our modern, you know, the last few years, the only one that really kind of is up there with it is 2 years ago, the overtime win against Spring Lake and the win against Whitehall. You know, and you put this Ludington game in there, and those are three outstanding games. But, you know, it was, you mentioned Langell and Mussel winning that throw and the catch. We knew that was there. We knew kind of in that drive that had probably, you know, how it was going to come down. And it's something that, you know, we spent a lot of time practicing over the course of the year to, you know, possibly use it once or twice throughout the whole season, but at key times. And, you know, I think our guys played incredible the whole game.
Oh, I know you did. Yeah. Well, you know, I remember the Spring Lake game. We were at Zott's Bar.
You're in that position. Sometimes it doesn't work, and, you know, everything lines up just like you want it to, and something doesn't work out. But that's part of life. You know, you work so hard to give yourself those opportunities. And, in this case, we were in that opportunity and we were able to take advantage of it. So our guys played great and stayed in it the whole game. I was most proud of going down, when they scored, when Gunsel had that long run midway through the fourth and put them up by 2 scores for us to have to, the way we responded was what was so impressive to me. That was an opportunity to hang our hat, especially after we jumped off sides on the 4th down call and then gave up the very next play. Gunsel runs it, 40 yards for a touchdown. We could have gave up there, and a lot of teams do, but our guys battled, and, we had a nice drive, and then having to kick it off, and they pinned them deep with, just about 4 minutes left, and getting an interception. And Wyatt Skier with that interception was huge. And that, at that point, we knew it was going to be one drive. We knew we didn't want them to have the ball back with much time. And so, our run game was pretty solid, and Bowman carried the load. Cole had some key runs throughout the whole night for us to pick up first downs when they started rolling their safeties and corners down over our receivers, and they kind of were really focused on Jack. Cole made some good reads and picked up first downs for us. So overall, great team effort.
Well, I tell you what, I thought it was great coaching, and don't get puffed up too much, but I'm telling you what, that last call was unbelievable. I think Ludington was thinking Jack was going to run to the right side after he got the ball. So they all kind of went over there, and then he just turns around, flips it out to Mossel. I mean, it's like, wow, did that fake him out? Is that what you thought too, or not?
Yeah, that's we call that's like our power package. And it's actually Danny Langell comes in at quarterback, and then Jack is next to him. And we overload the right side, and our H-back in that package is Bryce. So he goes in motion. Everything tells the defense it's going that way.
Right.
Defenses look at things in snapshots, right? They don't watch the whole play develop. They have triggers and keys. And so we gave them the snapshot that they wanted to see or that they were expecting to see, and then gave them something else. So that was a great execution in a high pressure situation, and I think our guys performed well. We held them to as few points as anybody had all year. So our defense with that bend but don't break mentality, and we blew a couple of coverages that led to big scores, but overall I think we limited Gunsel, who might be one of the best athletes we've faced all year. And we're able to limit him, and we did pretty good.
Well, in a horse race, and I've been racing horses for years, and just recently there was a horse, Joe beat Twin Fresh. Unbeatable, they said, unbeatable. Sylvia Hanover came out and beat her, and everybody goes, how does that happen? That's kind of like what happened to Ludington, everybody's beatable, but it's like, wow, how did that happen? Because if you're a Ludington person over there sitting in the bleachers, you're thinking, well, we're going to next week now at the end of third. And those kids are very athletic, very strong, big. Don't count ours out, because I tell you, bigger than our kids, we got the biggest hearts, and great coaching there. But you did get burnt a few times, but really you can't really call it burnt, because those guys are good. And they knew what they had to do and where it was at, where the ball had to go. So my hat was off to them. But during the game, it was just unbelievable. If you were an odds maker in Las Vegas, at the end of the quarter, you'd say Ludington 8-1. At the half, you'd say Ludington's 10-1. 3 quarters, you're right around there, about the same. The last 2 minutes, you're definitely thinking Ludington's, 20-1 here. And Big Rapids pays 20-1 off. You've been a big loser on that one, but God, I tell you, I watched the Spring Lake game, and you're right, that was a big win for us. But this one right here, I think, has to go down on all-time best comeback against a great team. You almost, you don't, but you almost, but you don't. Feel sorry for Ludington. I said that twice because I don't, but good Lord, to have a great season that they had. But that shows you it's a football game. It's a game of sports. It's games of moments. And your moment, that last few seconds, that last minute was told the whole story about their whole season. You guys have really had a great year. And now you go on to this next week.
I think along with that is, everybody's goal is to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then your next goal is to win your first game, right? And your next goal is to win your second game.
Uh-huh.
And there's a process to that. Rarely does a team make the playoffs their very first time and go on to win a regional championship. And so, if you look at what we've done over the last 4 or 5 years, 5 years ago it was we made the playoffs and we ran into Oak Ridge. Then we made the playoffs, ran into Oak Ridge. Then we made the playoffs, we ran into Whitehall. Then we made the playoffs, and you start to build that sustainability and that expectation, And so our guys were not in that. Our guys never went in thinking that they were going to lose. We had seen Ludington in the scrimmage, and there is that expectation. We've been there before. We've been down before. We've had to make comebacks. And so all these seniors were a part of that Spring Lake Whitehall season. They were all sophomores that year. They were integral in those comeback wins against Whitehall and Spring Lake. And so, there's something to be said about having been in that experience and under that kind of spotlight and with that pressure. And like I said, you would not have, if you were on our sideline, you would not have thought that at any point we were down in that game. With the attitude and the hustle and the hard play every time. And, I think that's a great credit to our kids and their ability to take the ebbs and flows of a game and stay with that workman-like mentality and just grind. I thought one of the things that really kind of showed for us is I felt that Ludington started to tire in the second half. They had linemen subbing in and out. They had some skill guys moving in and out. And key downs, and you want your dudes out there on key downs, but I felt like they kind of had wore down a little bit on us, and that gave us that push late in the fourth.
Wow, that's good. Jen, you got any questions for him?
No, not necessarily. I do have a question just purely from a spectator point of view. If the boys are doing well, you're up, say, 20, 30, 40 points, say. Are you going to put in all your seniors so everybody plays? Or at what point do you break and go, okay, all the seniors in now? Because if you know that they've got to get some experience under their belt and they haven't had a lot.
Well, so we do that throughout the season. When we get up, we've been fortunate where during the season we've been able to get up on teams and we roll our guys in situations. So, you build that experience. Isn't done in just one game. That's done throughout the course of a season or a career. And building those things happens each game, each opportunity. You try to make that happen. But when you get late in the playoffs, the opportunities to do that for everyone diminish. But in practice, they all get reps, and then so each kid that's on the sideline is waiting for their turn. And when it happens, they have to take advantage of it.
Well, tell the guys, the Curries Hot Stove League on B1039 supports them all the way. Let's go. Let's go all the way to Ford Field.
Right.
I appreciate that.
All right. Who are you playing Friday night?
We make the trip up to Escanaba. We'll play on Saturday at 1 p.m. We will leave Friday at 8 a.m. and make the trip up to Escanaba. We got our day kind of planned out. We're going to stop at a couple of schools along the way, get out, stretch our legs, have a meal. When we get into Mackinac City, we'll stop at that bridge parking lot right there. A lot of kids, surprised at how many kids have never crossed the bridge.
Right.
And so, part of that is part of, what we do is, we coach life experiences, and this is one of those opportunities where we get to expose kids to something new. And so we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to make a stop at the bridge so the kids can get out, stretch their legs. We're going to go to a lunch right in Mackinac City. Then we'll get on the bus and we'll make another 2.5 hour, 3 hour leg, and we'll stop at Gladstone, and we'll get out and we'll run our typical day before the game practice on Gladstone's field. And then we'll get checked into our hotel. We'll go have our team dinner, and then we'll have our team meetings at night. And go to bed, get up, and get on our game day routine. We'll arrive to the field about 2 hours before the game, like we do every Friday night, and go through our pregame routines and kick off at 1 o'clock.
Well, if you want to get them off relax them a little bit, you got to go see Skurback's Carnival Rides Museum is pretty much what he's got up there. He's got about the tallest building in Escanaba. When you come up that corner, look to the right. That's where Skurback's is at, and they have their rides put together inside these buildings.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
the Iron Mountain buildings there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, if you wanted to do something like that, you could let me know. I know Bill real well. My brother John and him are best friends. But anyway, that's great. I think it's wonderful that you've done what you've done for Big Rapids. Again, I know you've got a great support staff and a great group of people that are going to be up there rooting you guys on. Some of us are going to be back here listening to the radio. I just wish the radio would tell us the score a little bit more than they do, because you're sitting there listening, and you go, come on, what's the score?
Yeah.
But if I ever do a bye play, by golly, I'm going to say the score is.
We're going to send you up there, Pat. We're going to send you up there.
Yeah, we should do it ourselves.
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And everybody's healthy, right, Mike?
Yeah, we're as healthy as we can be, week 11.
Yeah.
So we got some minor things, and we got a couple of guys that are nursing some injuries, but we're hoping to have everybody be able to, and the guys that can, we have a couple of, we have a knee injury that affected a kid midway through the season, and he's still out. And then in week 9 we have a possible high ankle ligament sprain that will keep another kid out. But they have been out the last few weeks, so everybody that played Friday, we're hoping to have play on Saturday.
Defensively, what are you looking at up there?
Well, they run a kind of a spread philosophy with a power run game. We got a quarterback they have a quarterback who is both a run and pass threat, a shiftier runner than the Ludington quarterback. A little bit different style, very effective runner, and they got some dudes to put around them. And the big thing that we're picking up on film is they are a blue collar team. They are looking to smack you in the mouth every play. Their offensive line, it won't be the size of Coopersville, but they get off the ball hard and fast. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good physical game.
Yeah. So that is going to be. I'm smiling because I think you just had a great year for Big Rapids, and when I say that, I mean that we're very much appreciative. Just like Mark Posey earlier on, you guys.
Yeah, Mark's a phenomenal coach and leader.
Yeah, he is, and John Coles. I mean, we just got a great group of young people that are really supporting our young people.
I read the article on John, and we're so fortunate to have him take over that tennis program when it was in need, and his leadership did a great job. So proud of Wilhelm and Cole's son, and those guys have really done an outstanding job of getting our tennis program kind of on the state map. Being one of the public school programs that is a force in tennis. So I'm sorry to see that he's hanging it up, but he did a great job for us.
Well, I don't know if it said in his article because I didn't read it because I already know about John Coles, but number one in his life right now is his children, and his one son there's playing ball for you. Hopefully next year he'll be a sophomore, I believe, and he doesn't want to miss any games. Freshman next year. He doesn't want to miss any of his games, so that's pretty much why he's stepping down. Yeah. So, you guys are all good parents. We got some great kids coming up, but. Well, anyway, I won't take much more of your time up. We really appreciate you waiting for us to give you a call in. We always enjoy your talk on Wednesday mornings, and wish you nothing but the best of luck. But either way, we all remember it's a game. We love you for what you're doing and all the dedication of your whole staff putting into what you do, because we know you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it for the love of the game and the love of the kids, and that's the future of America, is what these kids are going to turn out to be. Nothing but great
Absolutely.
Patriots.
We got a great group of kids, and I'm fortunate. I think I say it every week, how I don't take it for granted how fortunate I am to have the staff that I have. And a lot of times it's just getting out of their way and letting them do what they do. And, being on a radio like this and telling our listeners how much we appreciate their support it's important for our program and our kids to see that and understand how fortunate they are. They come from a community that is behind them and takes care of them, better than most. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
We at the mayor's table Monday morning, we were all happy about the victory. One last thing here, Dan Langell comes in and we all asked him. I said to him, Dan, who called that play? He goes, Coach Seltzer. So congratulations on your great call playing. What that one play means to all of us will forever be remembered. God bless you, Mike.
Thank you much for having them. Yep, have a great day.
Good luck. All right,
Thank
Bobby.
you. Bye.
Bobby, before we quit our program, we want to take a break and come right back, or you want me to tell you?
Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Okay, that sounds good to me too. American, we have a very fortunate commander over AMVETS Post 1941. American Legion Post 98 in the city of Big Rapids proudly presents the 2025 Veterans Day Parade, November 11th at 11 a.m. downtown. It's going to start at the south end, go right on through downtown. If you'd like to be in that parade and you're a patriotic person, they won't turn you down. It's going to be a great one. We want to thank our supporters, Sons of AMVETS, AMVET Ladies, AMVETS Riders, the DAV, Fair State ROTC, Delta Company 125, Quilts of Valor, Toys for Tots, Warrior Clowns, and special thanks to Big Rapids Public Schools, Big Rapids Fire Department, Emergency Medical Services, Mecosta County Sheriff's Department, Mecosta County Sheriff's Posse, River Valley Car Club, American Legion Post 554, hot dog lunch sponsored by Isaac Semensky, Memorial Scholarship after the parade at the post, right over there off of Chippewa Lake Road. 1941. For more information, contact Jacob Reichert at 949, that's 949-878-0594. And now also we would like to remind you of the AMVETS Post 1941 and the American Legion Post 98 presents the 250th birthday of the Marine Corps and the Army. Public's welcome, all services and veteran military ball. Saturday, November 8th, that's this week, isn't it, Bob? This Saturday, November 8th, at 5 p.m. is cocktails, 6 p.m. the ceremony begins. You got to see that. That's unbelievable. It's a beautiful event. Dinner to follow. It'd be a tossed salad, chicken, I love chicken, meatballs, cheesy potatoes, honey butter, corn, rolling butter. Doesn't get any better than that. All that for the cost of $20 per dinner. Catered and provided by none other. I think these girls do the greatest job in Big Rapids on giving of their time and doing it for a reasonable price. Three Girls Deli and Bakery. They do a great job down there. Whenever you hear of anything going on, it's a lot of times Three Girls Deli and Bakery. But anyway, be there at the Big Rapids Eagles. Any other questions, you can call the Eagles and they'll explain to you what's going on again. But that being said, I would want to leave this at this, Bob. Leave with this. Sunday, my mother and dad's, the intention of our Mass at the Catholic Church was for my mother and dad. So my siblings were there in town, drove all the way up from all over to celebrate the Mass for my mother and dad. So then I thought, where can we go out to eat? Well, we had like 28 of us, 30 maybe. My wife said that's just a little bit too much for her. And not that she wouldn't have done it, but she was smart. And so I called Jim Cranker at Crankers. And we had the most delicious. It came out hot. My wife said I was going to ask them to feed the kids first, but they did it anyway, so they know their priorities. Got the kids fed first, then they fed the adults. None of us came away with anything on our plates. It was very, very good, all the way from omelets. I had the 2 eggs and hash browns, delicious rye toast. I loved them. And the coffee was great, and the service was top notch. So if you're out for a good breakfast with a large group of people, Crankers right here in Big Rapids, right on State Street, just south of Maple Street, right next to the State Farm office, across the street from Vale Funeral Home, for you folks that are old. Oh, talk about being old. I just wanted to mention, not that she's old, but I wanted to say hello to Teresa Fry. She always listens to our program, and Pete always likes to thank people that listen, you know. And talking about Pete real quick, he's very, very ill. Keep Pete and Lucy both. Lucy's got her problems too. So keep them both in your prayers. Pete's getting up there in age, and you know,
This is the greatest compliment you can ever get, is when your group at the table says, "Where's Pete been? This is the third day he hasn't been here." Well, I know he wasn't feeling that good, but I didn't know he was that bad. So I called him this morning again, and he doesn't sound very good. So keep Pete Kent in your prayers. You know, the old fella, you know what he said to me before I hung up? You better get going. Your radio's waiting for you. So God bless America. God bless you all, you folks out there. Remember, number one in your life, God.
Wednesday morning sun is rising, and Brian talking strong. High school tales and sports they bring. Life's a story and a song. College dreams and fields of green. Memories we all hold dear. Stories told in morning's glow. B1039 is here. Hot stove leaves so full of cheer. Lively tunes for